It's been tough, but I did it, Adrian.
But Junior, talk about that fight. I mean, it was tense. It seemed like every moment in there was scary for both of you guys, as hard as you were throwing. So what was the feeling of that fight like?
Yeah, it was a good challenge. I know how dangerous he is. And so I was trying to avoid those punches, and one of them connected, but I didn't feel too much. I could feel that he has a lot of power, but man, my angles, I like to position myself in a better way to connect better punches.
Yeah, he threw a lot of kicks as well. Did that surprise you?
Not really. I was expecting those kicks because he does a lot of those type of kicks, But it was harder than I thought. He kicks pretty hard.
Yeah. When you hit him with that kick to the body, what did you think? Because at first it looked like he was really hurt, and then it looked like maybe he was playing possum a little bit to bait you in. What did you think?
He was hurt. But that's the thing, We were studying him before, and my coach Dora told me, as soon as he feels any punch or kick or anything, don't go too crazy, because he can be pretending or trying, even if he's feeling he can try something else like he did, but luckily that didn't connect, and I was able to reestablish myself and wait. I told myself, we have 5 rounds to do this. Don't be crazy, You don't need to, because he was expecting that, for me to collide against him, because that was the biggest chances for him, So I didn't do that, and I think, it was good.
Yeah, no, definitely good. Early on, there was some concern of like an eye poke, but I think you pointed that it was the glove. It was not.
Yeah, I was telling the Herb Dean, he said no. He said that he saw I was with open hands. I wasn't. I told him, better you see again, because I wasn't. I was with my hand closed. This finger was kind of on his eye.
Right. Not
like this, like a punch, So I told him, it wasn't open hand. It was a closed hand, So, but yeah, everything was fine. Actually, Derek Lewis. I could see that on his fights too. He complains a lot. Every time he got hit or something, he complains a lot. He tried to, I don't know if he's trying to take advantage of the moment or something, but he complains a lot. As soon as he was telling the referee, I felt my eye or something, I said, it doesn't make sense, but that's fine. He was fine.
Right.
You can see on the camera, he was fine.
You looked on the replay.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's fine. The referee, Herb Dean, man, he's the greatest on this business, and I trust him, and that's why I told him, my hands weren't open.
Yeah. And talking about the finish, I mean, you said you had 5 rounds, but did you have an idea that, hey, now's the time, he's going to be out of here?
Yeah, I was, I work a lot of combinations with my coach. I really believe in my hands, on my boxing skills. I really believe I can knock anyone out. This guy, nobody, I think, finished him like this before, but I knew I could, because I have the power to that. And everything what it took, was patient and be wise during the fight. Position yourself in a good way and try to hit him the hardest you can. I was calling this fight in the second round because I knew I could study a little bit of him on the first and go a little harder on the second. But of course, always with caution. And but I think I did great. But I was able to fight 5 rounds, and maybe win by points. Like we have, we always say, you have to be smart, fight smart.
Yeah. Lastly, for me, I mean, I know you said you want to stay busy and you want to work towards the belt. We don't really know what DC's doing right now. So, I mean, give me an idea. Is there like a month or a date that you feel like you need to fight? And is there a name if it's not a title fight? I mean, how do you see this year going for you?
The main goal is to keep active, and let's see what's gonna happen now. But now, actually, I need a little break. My daughter is due on May. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I need to set everything up to receive her and make sure that everything's fine. Then I'll fight again, maybe at the end of August. And about opponents, I don't really care, about who I'm gonna be fighting again. I hope. Of course, what I want is to add something on my career, because you can see this ranking thing. That's crazy, man. But let's see what's gonna happen. But there's many options for sure.
In Lewis's corner, in between round 1 and 2, he was told to hurry up and try to knock you out. Did you notice an uptick in round 2? Did he come out with the sense of urgency in the second round?
Yeah, he at the beginning I could see he was kind of walking forward and preparing like the right hand, like trying to position himself to throw harder punches. So I saw that and I was moving a little bit more. I had to avoid that. But I knew at some point they would try to do that. I was expecting. He tried to take me down once. And I was expecting that, because at some point he would try. When you start to your first strategy is not working, you have to try another things. And that's what he did, and it didn't work, luckily.
I mean, in heavyweight, anybody can knock anybody out, right? I mean, that's the reality of the division. But is being in there with him more tense than other fights that you've had in the past?
Not really. Fight. You never know what's gonna happen. Of course, the main goal is to win. The hardest part is the training, man. To get here and fight and be 100% to fight is already a big victory. So I'm very happy that I was able to win tonight the way I won, and move forward now. Let's see what's gonna happen.
You got a bonus as well for Friday night. Do you get to keep any of that, or does the wife take that off of the baby? How does that go?
Even better. Yeah, let's see. I have to see what's gonna happen now, but that helps a lot. We have to share that with the team too. They are biggest part of it.
Just real quick, how hard does Lewis hit? How would you compare it on everybody who's hit you? Where do you fit him in there?
Man, he didn't hit me very hard anytime. He connected this one, but he wasn't that hard. It was a good punch, but not that hard. I could see that he has a lot of power because of the noise of the punches, crossing like. It was like Mike Hunt back in the day when I fought him. I said, "Oh, better I avoid those things." But yeah, I can see that he has a lot of power.